Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. And tonight we'll see the Dallas Mavericks as they go up against the Utah Jazz. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Saturday, they'll go up against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Paolo Banchero and the Orlando Magic.
And you know, for that matchup with Washington, that will be the 8th contest of the year for them. The season is young, but they are starting to find their form.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Bailey. Jackson is out there with Filipowski. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Cotton in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Then there's Irving. Then it's Herbert Jones. And it's Cole in at the 2. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. He's focused on Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight, always a big problem for opponents. Coach told me Triple J does the 2 things we all want: hit threes and block shots. He's won a Defensive Player of the Year, so we're talking about one of the toughest guys to game plan for because he's really good at both ends. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you so much. And so here is Dallas, following the miss by Jaren Jackson from deep. Here's Lively. 5 on the clock. Back to Cole. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Pass to Lively. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. George passes to Cotton. Bailey with the ball. Last game out, 36 points for him. Shot clock at 6. George, that's a 2-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
2 open that time, made it look too easy.
Kyrie shoots a ton of threes, and he makes a ton of threes.
George passes to Cotton. Here's Filipowski. The Jazz working the ball around now. 8 feet away. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Boy, he'd be the first to tell you that is a shot that we expect him to make.
Washington with a screen on George. Here's Irving. Count that bucket. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Well, solid work from Kyrie right there. This guy never fears going against bigger players. His shot making too good.
George with the bounce pass. Pass to Cotton. Outside, George. No good with the triple. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lively with the screen. He takes it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. 5th, the Mavericks.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. George looking around. Here's Bailey. Lets a floater go, and Lively pulls it down. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Irving against George. Irving up top. He picked up 12 points in their last one against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Here's Cole. Lively with the screen. Cole finds Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Oh, my goodness. Not only a vertical threat, but a big-time finisher. Derek Lively.
George passes to Jackson. They need this. Back to George. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Dallas. This is their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Here's Lively. Last game he had 13. Pass to Irving. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 8 points. And we talked about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have two extremes, right? The modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with. But we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox.
Check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Great showing for him last season. And amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And let's again give him credit for knocking down free throws at such a torrid pace. He was operating in a steady groove all last season. Here's Filipowski. Hasn't made one yet. They need this one. Another shot, and the rejection by Lively. Now Jones, outside Irving. That's in, and that's his fourth basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, here's George. Back to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
George against Irving. Pass to Cole. Drives to the hoop. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Markkanen comes in for Filipowski. And Barrett subbed in for Cotton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Ace Bailey.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Dallas.
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
And so Jones nails both of them. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Memphis.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
You know, that one's a tough one to take. You force the extra session, and then you have the heartbreak of not being able to get it done in the extra session. Brutal.
And here are the Mavericks now, after R.J. Barrett's three-pointer that didn't go. And Cole gets to Irving. On the wing, it's hauled in by George. Jazz trail by 12. Pass to Jackson. That ball, nice speed that time from George. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
And just off the cuff, Doris, what do you think is the toughest part of the season?
I mean, for me, watching these players try to perform the final 2 to 3 weeks before All-Star game, there are so many things in play. Has it been an extraordinarily difficult season where you're just simply not winning? Are you trying to incorporate perhaps a player that came over from a new trade? And then also just the focus. Everybody's mind is, ooh, I've got a week vacation here. I can't wait.
Here's Cole. Lively, a screen on George. Inside. The jump hook. Lively, that's good. Lively's got his second basket.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, so admired by his head coach. And Jason Kidd said, Kai is a special dude. He wants to be coached, to understand the game at the highest level, and to be pushed to the highest level. What's more, I don't think he's afraid of failing. Back to you guys.
Great mentality. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks. Now, here's Barrett, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Barrett against Jones. Barrett, no good.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Lively with the screen to the inside. Stolen by Jones. George passes to Barrett. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
Kicks it out to Jones. Dallas again missing.
Boy, the defense baits him into taking that shot. Sometimes I say there's a reason you're open.
Jones with the screen on Lively. And it's Collier missing.
Boy, that's the kind of contest you need to force the miss.
Here's Cole. Barrett covering to the paint. Here's Lively. Utah with the rebound. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 10. Washington, that's good.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Markkanen with it. He's covered by Washington. Good on the bucket.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Outside Irving. Pass to Washington. Here's Cole. Now, here is Irving. Oh, good on the three.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
Yeah, you can see with Markkanen's build, he can just force his way through contact.
Irving surveying the floor. Takes a three. Unable to get that one. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. It's stolen. And the lead is down inside single digits. Mavericks leading by 9. Pass to Chang. Irving, a screen on Markkanen. Kicks it out to Jones. Hits the three-point bomb. Jones has got 5.
Well, listen, he may not be lights out, but if you give him that good a look, he's going to hurt you.
Here's Collier. Sweet move. And the layup is up and in. Collier's got 6 here in this quarter.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Irving dishes to Cole. Three-pointer. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Collier. Down it goes. Third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Yeah, nice job there. Just very lackluster defense.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Here's Collier. Outside Barrett. Pass to Collier. Kicks it out to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 7.
Boy, the man from Finland is very confident in that jumper. Markkanen, no doubt.
To the right side. Jones against Hachimura. Outside, Jones. Lets it go from 11. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Mavericks lead by 7. Pass to Bailey. Jones sets the pick for Bailey. And Jones slams it in.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Irving with the bounce pass. Now here is Hachimura. Scoreless thus far. Jones up top. Garrett covering. Jones, no luck.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Jones kicks to Barrett. Back to Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Washington's checked in for the Mavericks. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Jaren Jackson, third.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Mavericks leading by 3. Outside Irving. Pass to Washington. Right side Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Washington. Here's Hachimura. A rebound by the Jazz.
Boy, he looks and will take that shot every time. Just won't go.
Down low. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And here's a guy that's not in coast mode. Jackson's going to give it all he has every minute he's on the floor. That's how he earns the end.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Kyle Filipowski's checked in for the Jazz. The free throw off from Jackson. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill. And then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
On the Mavericks with possession here, following the bucket by the Jazz. And here's Jones. He's got 7. To the middle, trying to find Washington. Gets it to him.
Oh, my goodness, P.J. Washington got off the deck in a hurry.
Pass to Filipowski. Bailey with the ball. The 3 from George. Hachimura grabs the miss.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Jazz. Here's Cole. There's a screen by Washington. Cole the pass to Hachimura. From past the arc. And Cotton pulls it down.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Now here's Jackson. 6 points for him. Shoots over Hachimura. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist here tonight. Here's Cole. Dallas again missing. Utah leading by 3. Shoots from the baseline, and it's Cotton missing. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Here's George. Steps back and drains the jump shot. George has got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Utah.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
He's checked in for Hachimura. And Utah also making a switch. R.J. Barrett's checked in for Baylor. Mavericks trailed by 5. Outside Irving. Lively the pass to Washington. And here's Irving. And Jones now atop the key. To the paint. Here's Lively. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Well, a young big with great focus. Derek Lively just plays right through the whistle for the end one.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
Free throw, no good for Lively.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
George dishes to Barrett. And there's the drive.
You've got to be able to operate in pick-and-roll action. R.J. Barrett very comfortable handling the rock.
We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but G.A. much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, range out beyond the arc, and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
Free throw good from Washington. Now, what you get with P.J. Washington, we've seen it, Doris, an all-around game.
Kevin, he's cross-positional. He can make shots in big moments. He can absorb a huge defensive assignment, and the man loves to compete.
Washington hits them both.
I think you have to admire the aggressiveness with which P.J. Washington plays every single night.
Pass to Filipowski. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And it's Cole missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Pass to Filipowski. Onside, Barrett. Floats one up. And he lays it up and in. Now it's a 7-point Jazz lead.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now here's Jones. Down low. Here's Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
It's a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. George passes to Jackson. Off target from three-point range. .114 left to play here in the half. Lively a screen on Barrett. Here's Coles. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And checking out some numbers for Barrett. How he did last season. Came in about 14 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And it's nice to be able to bring someone with his defensive skill set off the bench.
I think, in fact, to win a championship, you usually need a guy like this on your roster.
Collier, he's checked in for Barrett. Pass to Jackson. It's George on the wing. Baseline try. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They're winning despite his performance here, and they have had his back all night.
Now here's Jones. He has 7. Here's Cole, defended by George. Here's Cole, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Jazz leading by 5. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jackson passes to Collier. Back to Jackson. Shoots over Washington. Jackson misses. He got it up. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Jazz lead by 5. We're back after this from American Airlines Center.
Happy to have you with us. Let's start things off with our Players of the Week.
For the Western Conference,
Kristaps Porzingis.
what's not to love? He's doing what we expected, plus a whole lot more. Stretching the floor, in the post. Man, he's everywhere.
Yeah, his highly unique traits have been on full display lately.
And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Jazz.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. So it's Irving. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Then it's Jones. Then there's Irving. And it's Cole in at the two-guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. And the basket is good. Irving's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Mavs. To the inside. Puts the move on. And Bailey with the lay-in.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Irving against George. Jones kicks to Irving. That's tipped. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Here's Bailey. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Utah shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Bailey. Mavericks trail by 8. Jones, the pass to Lively. George against Irving with the drive. It's hauled in by George. Utah shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Back to Filipowski. Pass to Bailey. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cotton. Let's go. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Irving against George. Now, here is Irving. He's covered closely. Jones heads for 2. Releases from the wing and drills it. Jones has got 9. Utah leading by 6. Stolen by Washington. Jones with it. George picks him up. Irving with a clean look. Nailed from three-point land.
Boy, you have got to be pleased with the start of this third quarter. 3 for 4 out of the gate. Just keep your rhythm now.
Filipowski passes to Bailey. Driving inside. And the shot goes in. 13 points in the game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Bounce pass Washington. Now Lively. He has 6. Pass to Irving. 4 on the clock. Over George. And it's Irving missing. Jazz have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And here's Jackson. Here's Cotton, defended by Jones. Here's Filipowski. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Filipowski's got his second basket of the night.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Irving passes to Lively. Washington inside. Jackson on him. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's an instance where P.J. Washington just baits the defender into the foul. This guy has such a good feel.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Irving against George. Pass to Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 10.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Irving against George. Outside Irving. Inside. Here's Lively. It counts. And the foul. That one on Filipowski.
Yeah, great concentration by Lively, willing that one home.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
That's good from Lively.
Derek Lively, one of those guys so easy to root for. Plays with a high motor. He's all about winning. A very team-oriented guy.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
George against Irving. Pass to Lively. Outside, Jones. Now, here's Washington. He's got 10. Clock is at 3. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Jazz leading by 6. Good on the shot. And that's 15 points for Ace Bailey.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Take a look at the most efficient scores in the NBA from last year's campaign. Derek Lively, number 1.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
Mavericks trail by 8. Pass to Jones. To the paint. And then Washington with the dunk.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Now Jackson. He's covered by Washington. 11 feet away. Bank shot. No good. And so it's Cole who brings it up for Dallas. To the middle. Lively. That's good. And now just a 4-point Utah lead.
Yeah, Lively is a guy who wants to focus right now in the paint. Eventually, that perimeter game will be added.
George passes to Bailey. Back to George. Jackson, a screen on Irving. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Deontay George with the elevation. How about that vertical, folks?
Irving against George. Here's Cole, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Good season for him last year. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 6 assists and 2 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
Mavericks making a switch here. Gillespie's checked in. Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Washington. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
The Jazz making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. That's good from Jackson.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
Lively finds Washington. Outside, Jones. A rebound by the Jazz. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's George. Outside Jackson. Pass to Bailey. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys. And it was the same exact story last time out.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Barrett's checked in for Utah. Mavericks trail by 11. Here's Gillespie. Washington with this screen on George. And it's Gillespie missing. Utah shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Bailey passes to George. Clock at 6, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The NBA has its eyes on the old continent. Commissioner Silver said there continues to be an enormous opportunity to take basketball to another level in Europe. The quality of the basketball there has been fantastic, and we think there's a commercial opportunity to create something special. Back to you, Kevin.
Appreciate the update, Allie. Thank you. It goes out of bounds. That one off Washington.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are... in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hachimura is checked in. Collier, he's checked in for the Jazz. Jazz leading by 13. Kiba, lively defending. Here's Kiba. And the rejection by Lively. It's intercepted. Here's Collier. He's got 8. Count that one.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Hachimura. Outside, Jones. Back to Hachimura. And Cole kicks to Jones. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration. Mountain. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
A different look for Dallas. Zhang comes in. And stolen by Irving. Taking a look at the Jazz. We've got Keontae George. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Barrett. Then there's Bailey. And it's Jackson in at the 5 down low. Here's Cole, defended by George. Just 4 to shoot. Jones for 3, drains it from beyond the arc.
Boy, that's his second 3. First of this half, though.
Right wing. Here's Bailey. That ball, nice feed that time from George. Bailey's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Back to Irving. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Bailey passes to George. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throw? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
To the inside, Lively. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Derek Lively at such a young age, such a good screener, and then gets to open space and finishes. Everything you want from a young big.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
For the Jazz, Filipowski comes in for Markkanen, and Cotton subbed in for R.J. Barrett. George against Irving. Over George. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And so George will bring it up for Utah. Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Jackson, a screen on Irving. And they double up Jackson.
Fouling in the game.
Team is in the penalty. Jared Jackson Jr. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. LDB, something that never seems to go away during the season is chatter about trades.
And Kevin, what makes this so interesting is that very often fans of this league are as interested in trades, who's coming and going, as they are in the results of their team. It's a little intrigue that everybody wants a piece of.
Irving for three. Rebounded by the Jazz. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to George. Launches a three. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Lively with the screen. Here's Cole. Lively. Rebounded by the Jazz. Bailey's got his 4th rebound in this one. From deep, George. Cole with the rebound.
Boy, another miss, but you have to say to his teammates, great job. They have picked him up all evening long.
Driving in, and he lays it.
Yeah, terrific work in the two-man game results in an easy bucket. That's how you do it.
George passes to Bailey. Here's Cotton. From downtown. And it's George again missing.
Now, how about this? He cannot find his period. This has been tough sledding.
Cole, the pass to Irving. Back to Cole. Down low. And Irving gets it to go on the assist from Cole. Cole's got 6 assists now in the game. Utah leading by 18. Now Bailey. Six to shoot. Here's Cotton, defended by Jones. Rebounded by Lively. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. George against Jones. Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Ace Bailey.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. To the paint. Here's Washington. Pocket pass to the paint, and he punches it home.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Jones outside. George against Irving. And he banks the layup in.
What a masterful performance from Kyrie Irving. He's over a decade into his career. He can still take over a game.
Now Jackson. Rebounded by Lively.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Ace Bailey.
Every inch of the floor
was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good, and it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
Lori, an impressive win tonight. What do victories like this tell you about where this team is headed?
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So, for Doors